breaking news from the LA sports world this morning. LA Lakers legend Jerry West has died. Not only was he a Hall of Fame player, he was also the inspiration of the NBA logo. West was also an executive and helped create the Lakers dynasty.
And in a short statement, the LA Clippers, who West was working for, said that he died peacefully this morning with his wife Karen by his side. KCAL Sports Director Jim Hill looks back at West's life and career.
From humble beginnings in West Virginia to a starring role in Los Angeles, Jerry West carved out a legacy that went well beyond basketball and remains second to none. Known for his toughness, unrelenting perfection, and drive to win, West became a Laker legend during his brilliant 14-year NBA career, earning All-Star selections each season he played, becoming the first and only player from the losing team to win Finals MVP in 1969. And finally, in 1972, he became an NBA champion for the first time.
And the Los Angeles Lakers are the world champions.
As a scout and general manager, West then helped to mold the Laker franchise's two most storied dynasties, the Showtime Lakers of the 1980s and the Shaq and Kobe era of the late 90s and early 2000s, directly overseeing 4 more NBA championships before stepping away in the year 2000, following 40 years with purple and gold. From his induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame to being awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
This one is really significant because this goes beyond being that.
West garnered countless accolades throughout decades of dedication. One of the most revered figures in the NBA, West was also a man of many nicknames, from Mr. Outside and Mr. Clutch to the Logo. West would team up with Elgin Baylor to form Los Angeles' first superstar tandem, leading the Lakers to 6 NBA final appearances in the 1960s.
West throws it up. He makes it. West makes it.
But it wasn't until his 8th final trip in 1972 that West finally reached the peak of the NBA, capping off a 69-win season that included a record 33-game winning streak by the Lakers to win the first title for the city of Los Angeles. All in all, West reached the finals 9 times in 14 seasons before he retired in 1974 as the 3rd leading scorer in NBA history. West would later become head coach of the Lakers from 1976 to 1979. West's bond with the franchise continued to grow when he eventually took over as general manager in 1982. Overseeing 3 titles in the 80s and another one in the year 2000, West was named Executive of the Year in 1995, and one of his great personal joys is when he made the draft night trade with a 17-year-old future superstar named Kobe Bryant, with whom he would form a fatherly bond. Following 4 decades with the Lakers, West went on to work with the Memphis Grizzlies, the Golden State Warriors, and back in LA with the Clippers in the twilight of his career, finding success at each stop. As a true trailblazer and among the all-time greats of the game, Jerry West certainly leaves behind an indelible legacy.
And we have sports insider Mike Hill here with us this morning. And this is sad breaking news.
Yeah, very sad. I know he was 86 years old, but Jerry West, obviously, he was the logo. We can talk about all his accolades all day long, but you heard Jim eloquently talk about it and give his resume about his playing career when he was at West Virginia. He won everywhere he went. He was an Olympic gold medalist, of course, won with the Lakers, won the championship there. He was always a winner, and he took losing very hard. But I want to talk about the man that he was. I actually had the fortunate pleasure of working with Jerry West for a while when I was working with the LA Clippers when I was doing the pre- and post-game show.
And what was he like, Mike?
This man was an incredibly nice and humble guy for being of his stature. He always came around. He always greeted you with a handshake, always greeted you with a smile, always had a story to tell, always had time for you. This is a very sad day for not only the Lakers organization, the Clippers organization, but the game of the basketball, of NBA basketball around the world. He was an ambassador. Everywhere he went, everybody knew who he was. He built these dynasties, obviously with the Lakers in the 80s with Showtime. He was the architect of bringing Shaq and Kobe together. And he helped build all these championships. As great as he was as a player, I think he was even better as an executive of knowing what kind of talent to bring around. Even when he was with the Clippers talking to us, I would always hear him say what the Clippers needed to do and how they needed to come together and what kind of players they would have. And so you got to give him a lot of love and a lot of respect. Once again, it's hard for us to lose him, but like I said, he took losing hard, and I know he's in a better place right now. He's not in any kind of pain or whatnot, and we wish him we wish his family all the best and all our condolences right now.
Absolutely. And it's so rare to have someone who's so good at so many things and also a nice, humble person.
Always. I mean, that's what made him so unique, so great, because like I said, he is the logo. He is everybody in the NBA and around basketball and around the world of sports respected and loved Jerry West. I've never heard anything negative about him except that he hated to lose. And he took that but that's okay. That's the what we love about competitive sports. He's always out there. And even though all of the championships he brought in the 80s with Showtime and all the championships that he helped build with the Golden State Warriors as a consultant and brought this present Clippers team together, even though they never won a championship, they were competitive when he was with that team there. And even in Memphis, a lot of people give him a lot of credit for actually helping the Lakers win a couple of more championships, because he was with Memphis and he was the reason that they traded Pau Gasol to the Lakers at one time for Kwame Brown, and that helped the Lakers win a couple of more championships with Kobe and Pau Gasol. So once again, a very big loss for the game of basketball, for sports, but also for humanity today.
Oh my goodness, and he leaves behind such an amazing legacy. Let's bring in our Jim Hill. He's joining us on the phone this morning to talk more about this legacy and this great loss of a legend this morning. Jim, thank you for joining us.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And we're just, we've been seeing his pictures throughout the years, always with a huge smile on his face, kind of beaming. And you can see just by the still photos how people respected him and wanted to be around him.
This one really hurts. Jerry West is one of the most important people to me personally and professionally. He was a mentor for me. He was a guy that I could call at any time of the day or night, no matter what the situation, and he was always there for me. Throughout the course of your life, if you're lucky, if you're really lucky, you'll run into an individual who will have a profound impact on you, not only professionally, but more important, personally. And that's what, and I'm not going to say was, because he still lives in my heart. That's what Jerry West is to me. And like I said, this one really hurts, because Jerry was there for me in a lot of times when I didn't know what direction to go to. So there are a lot of us that feel that same way. It was not only that way to me, but there are literally dozens and dozens of not only athletes, but people in the world of business that admired, loved, and respected Jerry West.
Well, Jim, I'm so sorry for your loss. Is there a moment or a story, you clearly knew him as a friend and a mentor, that stands out to you, something he helped you with, or something that would give us a better sense of what he was like as a person?
Everything in my life. There's no one thing that stands. Jerry was family. He was family to me. He made me feel like family to him. I remember when we lost our mother, and Jerry called just to say if there was something that I needed, he was right there for me. And he didn't. And when you losing someone is always tough to take. But it's when it's your family and it's that close, like it's your mother. You never forget the people that call in to say, "I'm here for you." And he was one of the first. He called me, and this is more than just the loss of a friend. This is the loss of a family member, not only to me, but to, there's no telling how many dozens and dozens of people Jerry made them feel like they were family to him, and vice versa.
Jim, I felt that, and I feel your pain as well. It's a very tough loss for me as well. And I'm sorry that he's gone away right now. But I want to ask you, because you just touched on it a little bit, as many accolades as he has in the basketball world, this is a man that every time you would walk up to him, he always had time for you. And it didn't matter who you were. Obviously, you're a legend here in the sports community in L.A., but you could have been a production assistant, you could have been a janitor or whatever. Jerry West always had time for people.
Well, the big person in the heavens above sent us Jerry West for a multitude of reasons, one of which is to make us better individuals. Mm-hmm. And it is, there are not enough descriptive adjectives to describe how he has helped not only me, but so many of us. There are people literally all over the world that Jerry has touched, and he means so much to. Certainly, this is a day of mourning and sadness. But it's also a time for us to say thank you for having for being in his presence. Because I wouldn't be. It would just be very difficult for me if I hadn't been around Jerry West. It would be difficult for me to be doing what I'm doing today.
Yeah, I'm sure the tributes are going to be pouring in the days and weeks to come. What about on a macro level, what he did for L.A. as a whole and the sports world as a whole?
Jerry helped people in other sports, not just basketball. Mm-hmm. There were many times I was sitting in his office sometimes, and he would have commissioners call him, not only commissioners from basketball, but he would have commissioners call him from other sports, and that's unheard of. Because just all commissioners want to try and keep everything in house, but they did not hesitate to call Jerry West to seek his advice, because they knew that he sent us from the heavens above.
He leaves behind such an amazing legacy, and there's so much, as you both have spoken for, not just professionally, but personally, he impacted so many lives. Looking forward down the road, long time from now, what do you think the parts of that legacy that are going to remain with us and stand out forever?
Be yourself. Mm-hmm. Do what's right. Honor thy father and thy mother. Jerry he believed in the heavens above, and if we can just do or be just a very small part of what Jerry West means to all of us, not only we as individuals, but we as a city, we as a state, we as a country, we as a world will be a better place to live, because he was sent to us from the heavens above. And if we learn one thing, it's treat your fellow mankind the way you want to be treated yourself. And that's and those are just small things. Mm-hmm. Like I said, this one hurts. Mm-hmm. This one hurts because this is personal to me, and I respect him as a man. I thank him as an advisor. I trust him and I use him still in present tense. I trust him to give me, to always be there as a friend. And like I said, he's one of the most important people to me, not only professionally, but more important personally.
Yeah, he's looking over all of us right now, Jim. You're talking about him as a person, as a role model, as somebody who spoke out as an advocate, somebody who wasn't afraid to talk about his own personal life off the court and the things that he had to struggle with. He talked about his depression. Of course, we know about his brother losing his life early on in his career, but as a mental health advocate and the help that he gave to others to be that role model, to set the example for other people. We got to give him a lot of accolades and a lot of kudos for everything that he has provided for us in his 86 years of life here on this earth.
He's a gift from the heavens above. The likes of a Jerry West will never pass our way again. And for those of us who had the distinct privilege and honor of meeting him and knowing him and having been in his presence, we're better off for no matter how long or how short a time we were around it. And I shall never forget the likes of Jerry West.
Well, our condolences to both of you who are friends with him on a personal level, and to his family, of course, and to all of LA and to the sports world. We will, of course, continue to follow this huge breaking news story in the sports world. Jim Hill, thank you so much for joining us on the phone, and Mike, thank you.
Yeah.